morning. I want to thank you all for joining us for an exciting and historic day at Bellarmine and this city. We also welcome those around the country and around the world who are watching live right now on ESPN+. Today we are announcing a bold initiative that aligns with our new strategic plan, which is to expand Bellarmine's geographic reach and enhance our reputation and impact. In doing so, we will also be increasing the vigor and energy to the city of Louisville, the state, and this region. It is now my pleasure to introduce Bellarmine's fourth president, Dr. Susan M. Donovan, who will make the announcement. Dr. Donovan.
Thank you, Mike. And thank you all the guests for joining me. Today is a great day to be a Bellarmine Knight. As Mike said, one of the first initiatives of our new strategic plan is being realized. I'm happy to announce that Bellarmine University's entire athletic program is moving to Division I through an invitation from the ASUN Conference. As you know, our men's lacrosse team already competes at Division I level. This move will allow the rest of our teams to take on some of the best rivals in college sports. I want to emphasize, however, that this move is much more than just athletics. As a Division I school, we will be able to share all that Bellarmine has to offer with a larger audience than ever before through increased media coverage and event attendance. This will allow us to recruit excellent students from a much wider geographic area, and ASUN is a market where the number of traditional-age college students is growing. Exposure to new markets will allow us to increase the diversity of our student body. More students will reap the benefits of a Bellarmine education, which prepares them for lives of meaning and value through the tradition of the Catholic liberal arts university, while also offering opportunities to acquire knowledge in professional fields. Bellarmine students apply their learning in real-world situations, such as internships, study abroad experiences, and opportunities for community service. In fact, our students contribute tens of thousands of hours of service to the city of Louisville each year. In addition, 70% of our students remain in Metro Louisville following graduation, and they have a positive impact on the city and our region. This move to Division I is not a decision that we made lightly. We accepted the ASUN's invitation after extensive review and deliberation in close consultation with our Board of Trustees. In our study of comparable schools that moved from D2 to D1, we saw that they experienced notable enrollment growth in the years following the switch. And the majority of that growth was in non-student athletes. That brings up another important point. Our academic programs will remain our top priority. It was critical for us that the member schools of any conference we considered be highly regarded in the classroom as well as on the field or court. ASUN schools meet that criterion. In fact, Division I overall maintains even more rigorous academic standards than Division II, and our student athletes can already match that or exceed it. When I came here 2 years ago as Bellarmine's fourth president, I was proud to stand on the shoulders of the presidents who came before me and who built Bellarmine from a small all-male college to an excellent coeducational university of regional stature. In many ways, however, Bellarmine remains a best-kept secret. I consider it my duty and my privilege to move this institution forward to even greater prominence and effectiveness. This move to Division I will help us to accomplish that. Just to brag a little bit, I'd like to note that Bellarmine will be the only private D1 school in Kentucky following this move and one of the very few Division I Catholic universities in the South to hold Division I. This time is right for Bellarmine to rise, and ASUN is absolutely the right conference for us. Go Knights.
Well, what about this, huh? Yeah. If you're not excited today, you're sleeping. Well, thank you, Mike, Madam President. Congratulations to the entire Bellarmine community. You guys look fantastic here today. You know, last week we just finished Ali Week in our city, and this is a very Ali-like move that Bellarmine is making here. Going big, saying we're going to be the biggest at what we want to do and take on greater challenges. It's the pedigree of our city. So I want to say thank you to our fine president, Susan Donovan, Scott Wiegand, Chairman Mudd, thank you, the entire Board of Trustees. I know you all have been working on this for an awfully long time. Not just this decision, but positioning the university to be able to make this step here today. It's a wonderful thing. I want to emphasize that Bellarmine is just a fantastic partner to our city day in and day out. When you think about what we're achieving in Louisville around lifelong learning, around health, around compassion, those are our three city values. Bellarmine exemplifies and models and puts into practice those values each and every day. So now here we are on the precipice of a new chapter in Bellarmine's history. And I totally agree with what President Donovan said about raising the profile of Bellarmine, both regionally, nationally, globally. This is not just going to benefit the great mission that's going on here at Bellarmine, but it's going to benefit our city and our state in a huge, huge way. And I'm really excited about that. We got a lot of great momentum as a city. Last year we were named a top 15 city in America for growing a millennial population, our young population. So moves like what you've done here today, Susan, really say we're going to keep that type of momentum going in a city. And winners want to go where momentum is, and that's why winners are going to go with Bellarmine University. I want to say that we've got a great reputation in this country for a lot of things, but one of them is we love college basketball here in Louisville. And Bellarmine coach Scotty Davenport, who I see right here, has fueled that love with the wonderful job that he's done. So here's what I envision. If you remember the 2011 championship run, that was a good year for the city and for Bellarmine. So the thought of seeing the Knights compete in all national championship sports is really a wonderful thing. And we got a lot of great sports here at Bellarmine. But to think about CBS Selection Sunday and hearing the Bellarmine Knights called, have that shot right to the locker room, the new Mark Lynn locker room, and to see Scotty Davenport calm and reserved and emotionless while that's made will be a wonderful thing to see. So, Coach, and to all the coaches here and to all the administration staff and board, this is just a beautiful seed of success that's being planted for Bellarmine and our entire city today. So on behalf of all the citizens of Louisville, I say great job and go Knights. Way to go.
As a proud Bellarmine graduate, I am thrilled to be part of today's announcement. As trustees, our primary goal is to ensure Bellarmine remains a vibrant and prosperous university, one that continues to advance leaders of today and tomorrow. When we developed our strategic plan for the university, it became evident to achieve our goals, we must expand our geographic footprint so that students from all over the world with various backgrounds could receive the benefit of a Bellarmine education. We witnessed the power of national exposure in 2011. Immediately following Bellarmine's nationally televised NCAA Division II men's basketball championship, there was an elevated interest in the university, and we saw it in increased inquiries and online searches from prospective students. With the move to Division I, we no longer have to wait for a national championship to play on the national stage. With regularly televised games, as Mayor Fisher mentioned, we can engage competitively against other Division I schools with large viewing audiences, perhaps even playing our former rivals, the Northern Kentucky Norse. As a trustee and as an alumnus, I'm excited for the national exposure and the impact it will have on Knights Nation. More importantly, I'm enthused to extend the reach of Bellarmine University so that even more students will benefit from the excellent liberal arts education, which I give tremendous credit for my professional success and desire to continue giving back to the community. One last comment, I would like to thank all of the trustees for their support and unanimous support of this venture, and I'd also like to thank Steve Mullins and Doug White for leading the committee that really took charge and did a great job of analyzing the impact to the university and the community around us. So thank you guys. And thanks to everyone that's here today, and I see there's a number of trustees here, so if anybody has any questions for them afterwards, feel free to engage them. So thank you for all being here, and go Knights.
Next up in today's lineup is Bellarmine's Athletic Director, Scott Wiegand. As you heard in the video at the beginning, Scott is a left-handed pitcher who played 10 years of pro ball. He's a Bellarmine graduate who was the university's head baseball coach and assistant AD before assuming his role in 2006. His tenure has been defined by the Knights' rise to national stature. Please welcome Scott Wiegand.
Thanks, Mike. Commissioner Gumbart corrected me. I think we had to fix that video. It said, old left-handed pitcher. We should change that to former. But thank you very much, Mike. Thanks to Dr. Donovan. What a tremendous leader that we have here with our president and our senior team. And also a special thanks to our commissioner, Ted Gumbart. Our board of trustees who have helped guide us through this process, my good friends Steve and Doug. And I hope, Ted, that you're seeing through this turnout in summer on a college campus the strength of Knights Nation and what we have in attendance here, and you're getting a true true sense of Bellarmine hospitality. To echo Dr. Donovan's comment, it is a great day to be a Knight. I've said that a few times this past week. But today's really, it's great for Bellarmine. And to stay with the baseball analogies, we're going to the big leagues. Bellarmine's going to the show. In every way, this transition is the next natural step. In 1985, I came here as a freshman. I saw Bellarmine College. I experienced Bellarmine College at its fullest. Came back as a professional to coach at what transitioned into Bellarmine University. So this, it really seems like just the next part of the foundation of Bellarmine's future. I've seen us win a national championship in men's basketball. We had an individual high jump champion this year. Both dance and cheer won national championships on the same day. So today we'll continue and going forward to build on the Bellarmine tradition. This is beyond athletics. This is the Bellarmine tradition. As Dr. Donovan said, we stand on all of those coaches and athletic administrators who were before us. I remember my athletics director, Jim Spalding, the athletics director that hired me, David O'Toole, and what I learned from watching them work. I still try to use that daily. All of our sports compete at a high level. This year we had conference champions in men's basketball and baseball, men and women's soccer, excuse me, as well as baseball made it to the, men and women's soccer as well as women's basketball made it deep in the conference tournament. As a result, we won our first ever Commissioner's Cup in the GLVC. That championship reflects our broad-based approach to a successful athletics department. We regularly recruit the brightest and the best student athletes. They truly get it. As a result, we've had 22 All-Americans the past 2 years. In fact, our overall success is what led the conversation about Division I in this partnership with the ASUN. I'm excited about the opportunities that ASUN membership will offer us and amplify our already outstanding reputation and enhance student-athlete and fan experiences. But what's most exciting to me, like Bellarmine, the ASUN puts students first. That's why I came to Bellarmine. I was a biology major. Sure, I came here to play baseball, but it was about getting that degree because I wanted to even expand the field of play beyond my 4 years. Our student athletes are challenged academically, socially, and athletically, and that's what we're going to recruit. We're going to do this with Bellarmine profiled student athletes. I'm proud to say that we meet the rigors, academic requirements for Division I. This is Bellarmine's version of Division I. ASUN membership will help us showcase our student athletes on a bigger stage and will give us a bigger area from which we recruit more excellent students. So since I was a pitcher, I'm not going to call this a home run, but I will say that this partnership is more of a perfect game. The time is right, we're ready, and I can't tell you enough, thanks for the support that you give us. Knights Nation is strong, stronger than it ever has been. Go Knights.
Thank you, A.D. Wiegand. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce the Commissioner of the ASUN Conference, Ted Gumbart. Ted began his service with the conference in 1991 as its first assistant commissioner and became its fourth full-time commissioner in 2007. In his 26 years with the ASUN, he has overseen the championship program and its most recent expansion to include beach volleyball and women's lacrosse. He also led the move to become the first collegiate conference with 100% campus-based ESPN production capabilities. Ted is a big reason that the ASUN Conference always places students first, which makes it such a great fit for Bellarmine. Please welcome ASUN Commissioner Ted Gumbart.
Thank you. This is a great pleasure. I've told folks that this is one of the greatest days that a commissioner gets to have, is purely celebration. We're not hearing an appeal. We're not ruling on a eligibility or anything. So thank you all for being here. And one thing, we want to educate you a little bit about the ASUN. You all know a lot about Bellarmine. We want to give you a little bit about the ASUN. So Mr. Mayor and Sean and Bill and Mike, we appreciate the opportunity, President Donovan and Scott, to share a little bit. And first of all, I want it to be interactive. So all of you that are here, there's only one time you do this. So hold it over anybody you know that's not here, hold it over them. Use it. It's like, I was here. So for me to be interactive, I want some participation from the audience. So the first thing I'll ask is there anybody, just raise your hand if you do not want to participate. All right, so we're all participants. First thing I'm going to touch on is there were some prognosticators that came out and early on said that Bellarmine was going to be moving up and that the ASUN was a possibility. Yesterday we saw some tweets, obviously once this was announced, that said that Bellarmine's going to join the Atlantic Sun. And I'm going to tell you that we have to correct that. So I'll give you a little more on that later, but in higher education, which we say we're part of, we also want to be part of continuing education, so we're always learning. And part of that is for everybody to know your partners and know your names. So I'm Ted. If they introduced me as Frank, I would have stopped and said, wait a minute, my name's Ted. So it matters. It's part of the respect. So when people start talking about this university, raise your hand if you think I should use Bellarmine or Bellarmine. How about Bellarmine? It's good. All right, how about Louisville? Or Louisville. We're going to Louisville. No, I got some good instruction about Louisville and how proud we are to be here. So I want to educate you that Atlantic Sun, that's retired. No more. A-Sun, that's not us. We're the ASUN. ASUN. And part of that is when we did our logo, which we've got on everything around, the student athletes pointed out, because we are students first, and we had them involved in the committee on our logo, They said, you know, we're the only group that every one of us has to wear it. And we said, you're right. Help us design something you'll be proud to wear. So they were involved in that. And then they said, and we'd like to be the ASUN. None of us say Atlantic Sun. We just say ASUN. And so we agreed with them and said, okay, we will do that. And we're announcing our headquarters officially moving to Atlanta, July 1. And we're sending out notice to all the media delegates. So everybody here, you're part of that delegation, that we are ASUN. And that's in response to the student athletes, because we are students first. Right, Ellie? There we go. All right, so I'm going to give you a little bit of a learning lesson about the ASUN. Our mission, the ASUN Conference shall support its member institutions in providing intercollegiate athletic programs committed to building winners for life. So we want to make sure, as a higher education, that we take care of the student athletes. We make sure their experience is as positive as it can be. We want to make sure they graduate. We told them that you can win a championship and you can graduate, but if you do only one or the other, graduate. That's when we all celebrate. Doesn't mean you can't win championships too, though. We're competitive. So our vision statement simply is we can. And the ASUN, they're not going to hold us back. We got to get on ESPN. Okay, we'll build a production facility at every campus. We can do that, and we did. So we can. And our ASUN has 4 beams. A lot of organizations will have their pillars. ASUN, we have beams, which could be like pillars. I mean, beams hold up a building, but also the little sun, you know, sunbeams. So our first beam is students first. That's self-explanatory. Our second beam is rise. I've heard that word a couple times today. Bellarmine's going to rise to Division I. We want to be sure that our history of firsts and committing to elevating the ASUN student athletes and always bettering the environment, our student athletes get honor roll status. That's 3.0 or better. 70% of our student athletes over the last 4 years are on the honor roll. We started that maybe 12 years ago, 14 years ago, 40%. That trend is continuing to rise, and guess what? When we put the Bellarmine student athlete population in there, we're going to rise. So we're happy about that. Connect is our third beam. We want to connect. And this doesn't work if we don't connect with the people at this table, and had a lot of discussions. We connect with Doug and Steve, Jesse on the board. We want to connect with the media. We want to connect with all of you that are part of the Bellarmine community and tell your story to the audience in Jacksonville and in Atlanta and in Fort Myers, that there's a lot of good things to share, and we want to bring our stories to you. If you look at all these banners of our schools, every one of them played in postseason. Every one of these institutions had a team play in postseason. Yeah, Liberty won a men's basketball game, and Lipscomb played in the finals of the NIT in Madison Square Garden. But everyone in here played in postseason. Oh yeah. Every one of them won a postseason. So I can go here, FGCU, they won a volleyball game in the NCAA tournament. Jacksonville won a game in the women's lacrosse tournament. Kennesaw State, we just had our first national championship. Daniel Haw, a hammer thrower, won the national championship. So there wasn't any Louisville, wasn't any SEC, ACC, Big Ten, Pac-10, no, Kennesaw State. Mentioned Liberty, Lipscomb, NJIT. I think it was their 3rd year they went to postseason in men's basketball and won a CIT game, advancing into the 2nd round. North Alabama, 1st year Division I. They were in our soccer championship, and then they went to postseason in women's basketball, beat Vanderbilt early in the season, and then they went to the WBI, which is a postseason tournament. So even during this transition period, you can compete in postseason, and they won a game. UNF went to the Nationals in men's golf. They're a regular there. They've got an outstanding program. Stetson, first team ever in beach volleyball as a number 8 seed to win a game. They beat the number 1 seed in the country, Southern California. So we're really proud of the athletic achievement we've had. We're on the rise, and we're proud to partner with Bellarmine, who we also think is on the rise. So this is a great thing for us to get together. We want to be great partners, and we think we found one in Bellarmine University. So we like to enjoy ourselves, we like to have fun, we like to be really good at what we do, competing, academics, and putting on a press conference. So I'll close. Yes, the sun will rise. So if I can get this little cardboard insert out of here. Very proud that our 10th member is Bellarmine University. Swords up.